This is a small Fujiya model FL-555 portable reel-to-reel tape recorder. Portable being that it has a handle, based on 5-inch reels. And this guy is in really good condition. There's no dings or bangs on the front or top housing. Nice chrome trim. The housing itself is sort of a leatherette type of material. There's a few scuffs here and there based on its age, but it's in really good condition. And even though this is a portable recorder, portable being that it's small package, 5-inch reels, handle, it's AC powered only. And that being that it's not transistorized, it has a 4-tube internal complement. So it is not battery operated. Again, AC power only. So portability extends only as far as that AC line cord is going to go. The unusual thing about this, though, is I'm usually with these smaller recorders, either 3-inch or 5-inch in this portable footprint. The tape speeds are usually 3 3/4 and 1 7/8. This recorder is 3 3/4 and 7.5. So this has a 7.5 inch per second tape speed, which is unusual for a smaller recorder of this nature, but it's rather interesting. Has your basic complement, of course. There's play, rewind. There's no fast forward, which is typical in a lot of these smaller machines, on-off volume. Got the machine powered up, and it takes about 30 seconds for the tubes to warm up. But we're all set to try a record and playback test. Now you'll notice in the video here that as far as the microphone, I'm cheating. I do not have the appropriate microphone for this machine. The input to this machine, being a tube-based machine, is extremely high input impedance. So basically what you need is a real high input impedance, like a crystal microphone of some form or fashion, which I do not have. So what I've done here is I've cheated a little bit. I've used a small dynamic microphone, little 1 transistor preamplifier, which basically is doing a impedance transformation, low input impedance, high output impedance going into the mic input. So in that respect, I am cheating a little bit with this microphone setup. But even though with this configuration there's a lamp indication that we are recording, and that's showing the peak levels on this level indicator. It's a pretty simple level indicator. It doesn't. You actually have to experiment a little bit with the volume, with the input volume. On record, it's the volume is the record volume. I'm recording now at 7.5 inches per second tape speed, and it has a quick stop. It's a pause function of some form or fashion that you can hold momentarily. Goes back into record. Rewind function.
It's a pretty simple level indicator. It doesn't. You actually have to experiment. But even though with this configuration there's a lamp indication that we are recording, and that's showing the peak levels on this level indicator. It's a pretty simple level indicator.
Okay, now we're in the record mode at 3 3/4 inches per second. Demonstrate that briefly. And we'll see what that sounds like. Again, I'm using my little cheater microphone and preamp.
Record mode at 3 3/4 inches per second. Demonstrate that briefly. And we'll see what that sounds like. Again, I'm using my little cheater microphone and preamp.
And full rewind. There's no fast forward function on this machine. Seems to be typical on these smaller machines. And that shows the full functionality of this machine. Interestingly enough, I was just thinking about something else. Based on the real high input impedance of this record amplifier and being tube-based, I will bet that you could probably, with the right adapters, this is a small 1/8" plug. With the right adapters, I'll bet you could plug an electric guitar into the input of this. And it being about 47K for impedance, I'll bet you could do it. I don't have a guitar to demonstrate that, but that would be an interesting experiment with this guy.
Well, if you're interested, here's a copy of the schematic of the 4-tube amplifier within the recorder. And as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot to it. You'll really need some kind of a high output crystal microphone, mixer input, or some kind of a level translator. Here's the schematic for the preamp that I was using for the microphone. And really all it's doing is it's converting the low impedance of the dynamic microphone into a high impedance for the high impedance input for the recorder. Just about any NPN transistor will work. What I did is I just mocked it up on a plug board, but it can be built up on just about any type of PC board if you need to build up something like that. And that works real well for any type of a tube high input impedance amplifier or tape recorder.